Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Queenie for those who don't know me, and I am outside because I am home visiting family and these people are loud as hell. I forgot, y'all. I've been on my own since I was 17. I forgot. Anyways, before I get into it, please make sure to like this video, subscribe and hit the bell, and leave a comment down below. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, it's getting very daunting for me to review this season. I know last season I said this was gonna be my last time reviewing USA. This season, I mean it. I feel like 15 is a great place to stop because although we have our issues with UK and Australia, with it being like, oh, maybe there's actors or whatever, at least the problems that happen in the marriages are stuff that is realistic enough for us to make commentary. The US version is so gimmicky. I can't do it anymore, you guys. I cannot do it anymore. So this probably might be my last season. Y'all might see me get really annoyed with this season. I'm sorry. I'm trying my best to stay focused. Okay. We're going to start with Morgan and Ben. These two, I'm so sorry. They are really dragging on this conflict.
Financial stuff, family stuff, all of the red flags that he's had for me, it's all very surface level things.
I'm trying to move on, but after she felt backstabbed, she told me she doesn't trust me.
I've had my walls up and I don't trust him, so I mean, it's hard to really open up to him right now. Ben has only seen me for just this little sliver that I am.
Then show him more. Show him more. How are you going to say, I'm in a place where I don't trust him, I can't let him in, but then also I wish that he would get deeper and want to know more about me? How can the two be true, Morgan? How can the two be true? Like, the friend gives her advice and I'm just like, I don't know if this is the best advice, but I think I understand where it's coming from. He was basically saying, let your guard down and just be mad at him. And I'm like, well, I don't think that's quite warranted, but I get it in the sense that, like, stop faking the funk. Stop making it seem like things are okay when clearly they're not okay. Let yourself be upset. Express yourself candidly, unfiltered, of course, with some decorum, because you're still in a relationship. And this is another person. They don't deserve disrespect out of nowhere like that. But just be honest. Like, stop sugarcoating things and then being mad about something when you haven't properly hashed it out. I don't know about the whole, just be mad at him. But I see the sentiment. Later on during the housewarming, Morgan is not impressed with Ben withholding the truth of what's going on in their marriage.
But
we're trying to figure some things out. We're trying to work on something.
I mean, I'll say it if you want me to say it, because you're obviously not comfortable saying it. He goes, your finances are a red flag to me. And he goes, your family's a red flag. You're not trying hard enough to have certain relationships. And I go, what?
It takes her longer to forgive.
Oh, I'm gonna stop you right there. She said she forgave him. So if you didn't forgive him, why even say that? Because you forgive and then you move on. But she's still holding on. Not only is she holding on, she keeps bringing it back. So I'm just like, Morgan and Ben might be the most annoying couple. And I know that's saying a lot. That is saying a lot. But at least the other ones, they're really trying to work through their stuff. These two, they're holding on to the most stupidest argument. Honestly, the argument didn't even need to be an argument. So the fact that we're still going through it is very irritating for me. He didn't say things were great. Right? He didn't necessarily sugarcoat. He just said, we're working through some stuff, but it is what it is. And she wanted him to get down to the nitty gritty of things. I don't feel like that's necessary. I'm an advocate for presenting as a united front. And that's not to say you lie about your situation, but you don't need to put your business on Front Street, especially in a marriage. So I don't know what Morgan's issue is. Moving on to Lindy and Miguel. Miguel says that he's a relationship guy, he's really good at relationships. To me, that just sounded like he knows how to perform well until it's time for him to stop performing. That's just how I perceived it, but you can tell me if you thought something different. He lists down different attributes in Lindy that he asked for and also received.
Kind and agreeable. Yep. You have to be that. And then she's open-minded, but then she's also cute, right? And she has beautiful eyes and a beautiful laugh. Funny, she's quirky, she's attentive, she cleans, she cooks. Those are my three things.
He lost me at agreeable. I don't like when people, especially with the way that it seems like Miguel has this way of getting his way with Lindy. The fact that he appreciates that she's agreeable was a pause for concern for me. Now at the housewarming, According to Miguel, I think it was the housewarming. According to Miguel, things are going swimmingly. They've shared all that they could share. Honky dory. Lindy does not feel the same way.
You literally know everything about me. There is nothing left. Nothing.
There's always something.
I don't have health care, and he does for his spouse. We're married.
I'm not going to put you on my health care as my spouse unless you take my name.
That's what was said.
His friends say that this is Miguel's way of knowing that she's going to be here for the long haul. Honestly, both their arguments are saying the same thing. I want you to take my last name to know that you're going to be here for the long haul. I want to be in your insurance to see that you're going to be here for the long haul, right? However, Lindy works in healthcare. And I know that as a Canadian, I'm speaking from a very ignorant place because our healthcare system is starkly different to the American healthcare system. But as somebody in healthcare, you don't have health insurance? I'm not quite understanding. Those who can shed light on that, please let me know. Lindy continues the healthcare conversation in bed and things get heated.
I need a joint account, a plan of where I'm moving in 8 weeks. I need that security and those steps. You're asking so much of me. I've been in LOA my entire life. I have my doctorate. You can't even extend a hand to help me see a physician.
I don't like this version of you.
This man really said, I don't like this version of you. When I tell you, I would have packed my things. Oh my goodness. Like, I'm here expressing myself. Yes, I'm frustrated. And yes, this isn't the agreeable person that you're used to, but like, I don't like this version of you. What am I supposed to do now? Just be accommodating to you? And like, what? Nah, I didn't like that. I knew what he was saying. I still didn't like it. What else happened? I do think that she's forcing the matter because realistically, he sees this as an experiment. She sees this as we are married, and they are. They're also an experiment, which is how he sees it. And so I could see why there's kind of this pushback. Later on, they do resolve it. He does say like, okay, yeah, I understand, like, we are married, so then it's not that big of a deal. And she apologizes for acting the way that she did. But I just feel like on both sides, I don't even know if I could pick a side, to be honest. I feel like there's faults in both of their arguments. On to Nate and Sasha. Nate's friend tells Nate he has a hard shell, which he denies.
I don't think I have a hard shell, but
I mean, you've been open with me, but this is like in a different capacity.
I feel like I'm processing my feelings really well. She doesn't agree with that, but I'm gonna go to therapy so I can actually learn.
You're taking that step and
dig deeper. Happy wife, happy life.
No.
Honestly, I hope that his pursuit of therapy. My phone is getting darker. I don't know if that's because we're not recording anymore or it's the sun. I don't know. Whatever. I hope that his attempt to seek therapy is for his own personal gain and not to just appease Sasha, because if you're not open and receptive, you're going to be just as apathetic now or later as you are now. At the housewarming, the conversation of children comes up for both sets of friends.
I've never seen her with kids, number one.
Okay.
And, you know, she's kind of a workaholic.
He wants to know, like, I can provide for my family without your income as well.
I don't know about you guys, but I kind of feel like Nate is moving the goalpost a bit. You know, at first the issue was finances. Now the issue is he hasn't seen her with kids before. And then also that she is a workaholic and might not have time to give to, like, I was just like, oh my gosh, come on. The friends do give some insightful, you know, commentary, and they're like, well, if you keep in mind, his mother wasn't around, right? And so he has this chip on his shoulder of, if I am put in a position where I have to take care of these kids on my own, am I going to be able to? That made sense to me. I was like, you know what? From that perspective, I completely understand. I understand him saying, oh, she's a workaholic. Maybe she'll be disengaged. Maybe she will even find out that motherhood is not what she wants to do. Or he hasn't even seen her with children. So what if she's saying this thing and then she just doesn't have those maternal instincts, you know, which is real. Not every woman is made to be a mom, right? So from the friends, you know, perspective, I completely understand. According to his friends, his mom not being in his life also affects the way that he communicates.
He has no feeling. And that I can't comprehend. When I ask him, how do you feel about this? He's like, I don't feel anyway.
His father was raised very military and very, very guarded, so he's just used to that.
He hasn't had a ton of long-term relationships with women, especially like not having a mom around as well.
I know introspection is hard for most people, but damn, like the friends are so insightful, it seems, and they have a really good read on Nate. And I wonder why Nate can't express these same things because like they've had these conversations before. So with Sasha being so like nitpicky and wanting him to divulge everything, if he's aware that like certain traumas in his life have affected the way that he communicates and have led him to be apathetic to certain things, like even just expressing that I feel like would be good. Would Sasha take it? I don't think so, but if the friends have a good read on him, I feel like he should also have a better read on himself. That's probably going to sound very contradictory because I just said introspection is hard. Whatever. Y'all know what I'm trying to say. On to Kristin and Mitch. Kristin believes that she and Mitch have different ideas of what clutter is. No, babe. Your husband is a hoarder, and literally your friend said the exact same thing.
He brought home the other day, like, an antique, like, bookshelf. He is just constantly coming into our apartment with stuff because he doesn't want to throw it away.
Does he leave dirty dishes?
Oh, you just wait till you see his stovetop. It's not a deal breaker, but I do not like stuff.
If we've learned anything about Kristin, it's that nothing in this world, besides the lack of sex in a relationship, is a deal breaker. So not only is Kristin bathing in Mitch's red flags, she is purposefully hiding her own red flags.
Does Mitch know about your whole history and everything with your last engagement and everything?
Mitch does not know anything about that.
Oosh.
No one has been kind on the receiving end, and they've looked at it like something's wrong with me.
Are we gonna hide our pitfalls forever? We can't do that, right? I feel like whether you say it now or later, the response to something is most likely going to be the same, depending on how you frame it. Sometimes waiting a bit can change the way somebody receives a message, but your red flag is still gonna be your red flag whether you tell it today or next week. Kristin eventually opens up about her ex-fiance, and Mitch takes it very well.
You know how I mentioned to you that I have an ex-boyfriend? He was actually my fiance. This girl told me that her and my fiance had been having an affair for the last 6 months. I nearly spent my entire life savings on this destination wedding.
I will never do what he did to you.
Thank you.
You know, at first I was like, why didn't she mention the whole he was a couch potato? Not a couch potato. I keep saying that. He was a couch surfer when they first met. But then I was like, you know what? Knowing Mitch, he's probably going to say, oh, he's really looking out for the environment, saving energy, being in other people's homes. So that probably wasn't going to be a red flag for him anyways. Last but not least, we have Alexis and Justin. I was watching another review channel talk about the situation. And if Justin truly thought Maya would have behaved differently, or he was taken aback by the way that Maya responded to Newton, why was Maya on a leash the entire time? Not only was she on a leash, she was snarling at the other dog, and he would like kind of pull back on Maya. He knew something could go left and decided not to warn what's her name? Alexis. And so I'm like, no, the man is, there's a difference between like, oh, I didn't know that was going to come up, and then purposely withholding information. Alexis says, although she has told Justin that she loves him, she's not in love with him.
Justin told me he loved me on our honeymoon. What? Girl, I tried to run, you know me. I was like, help! I told Justin I loved him too. I do have some reservations, so I don't feel that I'm in love with him just yet. I gotta kind of give him a break, you know, like, just because he's vague doesn't mean that he's untruthful.
I personally would hold on to the perspective that you have about being vague, to be honest with you. I don't see a point, like, you're vague about everything? Everything. There's some things where it's like, okay, I understand how you thought all the information didn't have to be divulged. Or, you know, later on he talks about, sometimes I feel like I'm handling something and then it turns out that I'm not. And then I'm going to share that, okay, yes, I am struggling. That is different than being vague about damn near every single thing that's going on in your life. That's manipulative. Truly, it is. And a lie by omission is still a lie. Also, talking about lies, girl, why you tell this man you love him? Because we know you don't. You might have love for him. You might care for him deeply. You might want the best for him, but love, let's not do that. Things get worse with Justin and his half-truths.
Why are you still doing this? Crazy. I have an empty stomach that says don't do that. And you just told me I was eating it today. I thought I had it. I thought I was taking care of him. I didn't think you was a need to overshare. But that's how that first thing. Don't be vague. Okay, I'll be vague. Okay, I'm not going to be perfect every single time.
He was vomiting up blood. he hadn't eaten in 2 days. You still didn't share that to me.
I thought I knew what I was doing.
I get that's what you're saying, but why does you holding back information translate to being helpful when I asked you not to do that?
You like when we have moments like this. Like,
For what?
I don't know, but you get aroused out of that, and that's cool, you know?
I feel really disrespected that you sat there and said, I get an aroused, I enjoy this.
It seems like it, babe. I'm just telling you how I'm feeling.
Honestly, at this point, Justin is looking for a fight. You're looking for a fight because you're not feeding my dog, but you want to give him medication. You don't even do that for humans. You know what I'm saying? Oh, he is looking for a fight. And with the whole over communication thing, I understand when he's saying like, I cannot be perfect. I cannot be perfect. Like, she's not asking for you to be perfect. She's asking for you to keep an open line of communication. So like, even when you don't understand what's going on, just say you don't understand fully, but you're going to try and figure it out. That way she can step in and see, okay, well, maybe I have some better insight on what's going on. I can step in and help you. But you're not giving her the opportunity, then you end up messing up, and now you got to show up with your tail between your legs or be all combative like you want to be right now. I'm so sorry. Like, the way that Alexis was brought to us, the viewers, I would have thought I would have so many issues with her. It is Justin. The more I see of Justin, the more Justin's brother's concerns at the beginning of the season make sense. Just a last point, and then before I move on, she says in front of the friends, like, the issues that they've been going through, and she throws like a little comment at Justin, basically saying, oh, you know, typically I don't bring up my issues to other people. That's a lie. That's all that you've done. That's all that you do. All you do is air out this man in front of company. So why you thought this time would be different, I don't know. You rarely are a safe space for him when it comes to his personal information. She's a safe space for him when he's having his emotional outbursts, or like, maybe not outbursts. Outburst is the wrong word. But the whole like, oh, typically I don't throw you under the bus, that's a lie. Last but not least, oh, sorry, you guys, I didn't do the after party. I didn't watch it. I couldn't care for it, honestly. Last but not least, the couples hang. We learned that Justin likes to kiss Alexis even when she's on the toilet. Kristin thinks that her marriage is amazing. Sugarcoating. And Sasha thinks that Justin isn't withholding information because she does something similar.
There might be information that I didn't say because it just wasn't at the top of my memory, or because I didn't feel like it was relevant. You can't tell your whole story and everything that's happened in, you know, just a short period of time.
Oh, are you not the same person who wants Nate to divulge his deepest, darkest secrets on your timeline? It's the hypocrisy for me. Last but not least, consummation comes up, and Alexis and Justin still haven't consummated the marriage, even though at the beginning it seemed like Justin was the issue. And now that Justin has been making certain moves, Alexis is not keen on it. So it's like, Alexis, what are you getting at here? Nate has been fed, but they haven't gone all the way. Kristin and Mitch are apparently going at it like bunnies, child. And then Morgan and Ben, honestly, they should just table it indefinitely at this point.
We'll never be able to change the past. We'll never be able to change what's been said. But this is the hard part of marriage.
I just need to stop. Clean slate for Morgan. We've been put together for a reason. I need to explore that.
Unless you start fresh, or unless you truly, truly forgive and work on restitution, it's pointless. The walls are as strong as Jericho, and I don't think either of them are religious enough to want to pray around the walls to break it down. It's it. That's it. That's it. That's all I have for you guys today. Will I do after party review? Probably not. I'm going to be completely honest. But in the meantime, like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.